Okay, Bismillah. This is the first video, starting off with integument, first lecture. Structure and function of the skin, man like Moffat, yeah? Okay, so skin functions, 5 simple skin functions. Number 1, it's a barrier, stops microbes going inside, and physical objects like pencil, or whatever, ball, or whatever. Homeostatic organ, so regulating body temperature via sweat production and blood flow. So homeostatic organ, regulating body temperature via sweat and blood flow, and water balance regulator. Cool. Homeostatic organ, regulating body temperature via sweat production and blood flow, water balance regulator. We'll come to that kind of blood flow a bit later. It's an insulator, also a sensation, and a secretory organ. It makes vitamin D for us, and we'll come to that later as well. So the structure of the skin. Skin has 3 layers. You can see here, 3 layers. Know these layers: epidermis, dermis, subcutis. Epidermis is very thin top layer. It's continuously growing and continuously being shed. Continuously growing and continuously being shed. The dermis is the looser connective tissue. The looser connective tissue on which the epidermis sits. So the dermis, looser connective tissue on which the epidermis sits, as we can see in my amazing drawing. And then the subcutis. Subcutis, we don't really need to know anything. I think it's got like fat. Actually, no, we'll come. I think there's something here about it. Oh yeah, cells in the epidermis. Is it? Let's see. Cells in the epidermis are very close together, giving it an intensive stain. Whereas tissue in the dermis are much looser and further apart. Yeah, here we are. So tissues in the dermis are much looser and further apart, so it stains less intense. The fat doesn't stain at all, so there's round bits in the subcutis. So as we were saying, in the subcutis here, doesn't stain very well. The round bits are fat, it doesn't stain very well. And why doesn't it stain very well? It's because it's much looser. So the tissue in the dermis is much looser and further apart, so it stains less intense. Cool. Okay. So as you can see, there's a picture of epidermis, dermis, subcutis. So we then come on to the cells making up the epidermis. So the epidermis is made up of 4 layers and 5 layers for thick skin only. So the epidermis